Hello everyone, this is Shadia Parveen and today I am going to teach you about geography chapter number 2, that is land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Okay, so basically this chapter is focusing on the various types of resources, their conservation and what are the threats which was given to them by human beings. Okay. So first of all, as we know about the resources, that what is resources? Resources is something that satisfies the human need or which is usable for human beings, that is resources. Okay. So let's move on towards our first topic, that is land. So if we work around the globe, what we came to the conclusion is that around in the 100% of the earth's surface, we can divide it in the 30 to 70 ratio, is that 30% is land and remaining 70% is water. Okay, either it is uninhabited, you can say it will be water bodies or rivers or plains like that. Okay, so if we focusing on the 30% of the land, so that in that 30% only 90% has been populated and remaining 10% is either desert, forest, water bodies, plains or rivers. Now various forms of land uses. How we use land? Use of land for the various purposes, just like agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses and roads. These are some of the common use which we are using in our day-to-day life. Now the factors which determine the physical and the quality of the land is depend upon the physical factors are soil, climate and water, which determine the factors of the land. And second is the human, population and technology. Okay, where the land is good, the population will be more, the technology will be depend upon the population. So these two factors, the physical factors and the human factors, which determine the quality of the land. After that, private or community owned land. It means privately owned land, it means if we are living in our own house, that is our privately owned land. And the community owned, for example, the government park, amusement park or any of the government entity which was meant for the community purpose, that is the community owned. That is also known as CPR, that is common property resources. Now what are the threats given to the land? That are land degradation, landslides, soil erosion and desertification. We'll discuss about these threats in the next topic. Okay, after that we'll come to know about land conservation. What is land conservation? To protect the land. So how to protect it? First one is the afforestation. Afforestation is planting more and more trees, is known as afforestation. Okay, so how afforestation will help us to conserve the land? As we plant trees, that particular area where we have planted the tree, that was bind with the help of soil and root of the plant. Okay, if the soil is bind in that particular place, it means that land will become stable. So land will be conserved at that point. After that, land reclamation. Land reclamation is correlated with land degradation. What is land degradation? Land degradation, it is a biophysical change, we can say, or it is a practice of human induced process. It was some kind of threats which was given by the human activities or the industrial activity or agricultural activities, which decrease the rank of the land. Land reclamation is to improve the quality of the land once again. Regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. So where we are using the various kinds of agriculture, we are growing the crops, we are using pesticides and fertilizers to keep them safe. But if it is chemically hazardous, so that particular land will become barren soon. So we have to use regulated use. It means we should have a regular check on the pesticides and fertilizers, that it should not be chemically hazardous for the land. After that, checks on overgrazing. It means if the cattle and other animals, if they are grazing on that particular land again and again on the particular land, so that what happened, that land will become barren soon and it will be no more fertile to grow the crops and for the vegetation. Okay, now move on to towards the next topic, landslide. Okay, this is one of the threat in land. That is, what is landslide? Mass movement of rock, debris, or earth down a slope. So what are the mitigations? Mitigation means the step to improve or the step to control the landslide. First one is the hazard mapping. Now what is hazard mapping? Hazard mapping, it means if we are knowing that in that particular area, if landslide is causing again and again, or it is very common in that area, so that with the help of GIS or remote sensing operation, GIS, it means Geographical Information System, we should have an alarming situation of the particular landslide area so that we can get control, so landslide will not occur in that area. Retention wall. Retention wall, it means where the landslide occurs commonly, where we should have some strength wall to be built up over there so that it cannot cause landslide very easily. After that, increased vegetation. Just now I told you about the afforestation. That is, afforestation is to, if we are growing more and more trees, it will bind the soil or bind the land. Similarly, increased vegetation will help us to improve the land quality. Surface drainage control work. It means the particular area where the landslide is very common, their drainage system should be very powerful and should be controlled by some controllers. Okay, so that the drainage will not get off the landslides to be very easily. Okay, our next topic is soil. Soil is thin layer of grainy substance covering the earth is known as soil. Okay, now there are some factors of the soil, that is parent rock, relief, flora and fauna, time, climatic condition. Now what is parent rock? Parent rock, we can say parent rock which defines or which gives the color and texture or nature of the soil. Relief, with the help of relief we get to know about the thickness of the soil, fertility of the soil. After that, flora and fauna. Flora, it means plant life, fauna is the animal life. So this flora and fauna is used for the regular check on mineral ingredients, or how the if the soil is fertile or not, mineralized or not, it will be checked with the help of flora and fauna. After that, time and climatic condition, they both are almost related with each other. Time, it means the rainfall, the climatic condition which changes according to the time. So the change in the soil will according to the season. So time and climatic condition is one of the factor which determines the quality of the soil. Okay, soil conservation. Now how to protect the soil? So there are various methods that we can use to protect the soil. First one is mulching. Now what is mulching? Mulching, it's very easy and very clear. It means if the farmer is not growing anything in a piece of land, so that land will be vacant and it can be flushed off very easily. Soil erosion can take place very easily in that kind of area. So the mulching is the process in which the vacant land or the vacant area vacant field should be covered with the help of straw or stones or grass, so that the soil erosion will not take easily over there. After that, contour barrier. Contour barrier, before explaining, I'll explain you contour ploughing. Contour ploughing, which you have the contour ploughing I have shown you in the class, that it was a ring type farming. In that ring type, what the farmers are doing is that they are making a canal like system in which the water can be stored easily and no soil erosion will take place very easily, as the water will not flushed up the top layer of the soil. And the contour barrier will help us to protect that particular soil in that area only. It will fix the soil in that area, and barrier will be made up of either it is of stone, grass, and stone grass barrier along the contour. After that, terrace farming. Terrace farming is very easy and clear to all of you, that it was especially done in the hilly and mountain area. Intercropping. Now what is intercropping? Intercropping, it means that the growing of crops should be done throughout the year, but we cannot grow same crop throughout the year, because it is according to the season we have to change the cropping. So intercropping, it means if we are growing something in the summer, so that we have to grow something according to the winter also, according to the rainy season also, so that the field will not be vacant and there should be no soil erosion in that area. Okay. Shelter belt will be made with the help of plant only to check the water movement in that particular area. If the plant should be increased, plant should be made so that they can absorb the water, and the excess of the water will be absorbed by the plant, so water will not flush off the top layer of the soil. Okay. Next topic is water and water cycle. So as we all know, 70% of the earth is consist of water. Okay, but only 1% is fit for human use. Okay, 1% is fit for human use. In that 1%, we are doing all our activities which is related to the water. Okay, and the remaining 69% is either it is ice or glacier, or it is saline or ocean water. Okay, and that 1%, the volume of the water on earth remain constant. It is neither added nor deleted. Why? Because of the water cycle operates. Okay, now see water cycle. The water from the ground water or the surface water, it's run off to the cloud to make the cloud. How? With the help of evaporation or with the help of transpiration. Okay, they just go upwards and they form clouds, and with the help of condensation process they just come again in the form of rain, and once again they mix up with the groundwater or as a surface water. So this chain goes round and round, and the water, the constant of volume of the water remain constant in the earth. Okay, after that, water shortage. If we are using only 1% water is there for the complete earth, and we are using the water in all our activity, water is the basic need, so there should be shortage also. First one is variation in seasonal and annual precipitation. Now what is variation in seasonal and annual precipitation? For example, we can say, as India is the country which depend upon monsoon. Okay, if in the rainy season the monsoon will be good, the rain will be good, then it can store water for the future seasons. But if the rain will not good, then the other season will also be affected with the shortage of water. The precipitation will not be done as the precipitation is also not good, and it will not be helpful for the farmers to grow the crops in another season except rainy season. Scarcity is caused by the over exploitation. It means that we are doing in our daily life exploitation of the water. It means throwing unnecessarily water without any use. This is also one of the big challenge for the scarcity of the water. After that, the contamination. Various contaminants, the agricultural chemicals, industrial effluents, or untreated or partially treated sewage that we are throwing in the rivers, streams or lakes, which are polluting the water in a very high manner, and so that it will not become that water will become useless, and it creates a water shortage in the earth. How to conserve water? With the help of afforestation. If we plant more and more trees, the rainfall is also good. If rainfall is good, we can have the rainwater harvesting system in our houses. Okay, if the rain is good, so the canals will be full every time, but there should be a seepage problem, so that we should lining the canals with a better facility, so that it will not seepage and no water loss will take place. Sprinkler and drip irrigation method. These are the different forms of irrigation method. Sprinkler method, it is a shower like method, so that the water will not throw out in a forced manner, and there should be less water should be given to the fields, or how much the water needed, that much water should be given to the field. Okay, our next topic is natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation and wildlife, where they occur in a narrow zone of biosphere. Biosphere is where actually life exists. Okay, biosphere is comprises of three different zone, that is atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. Okay, ecosystem, which is life supporting system also. An ecosystem, what we are having our it is a chain of passing energy in the one form to another form. Okay, so what we are getting from the natural vegetation, we are getting plants, food, shelter, timber. The main thing is the oxygen. We are having shelter belts, and they protect the soil. Wildlife, milk, wool, meat and so many things, etc. Vulture is the scavenger which depend upon the dead and decay, which is very important part of the ecosystem. Okay, if the natural vegetation is good, there will be a heavy rainfall, and heavy rainfall will give us abundant trees. We are having so many trees, so that the rain will be the ratio between the seasons will be okay. Dry areas, if we are having no rain, then it will be a dry area, and only we are having thorny shrubs. Vegetation will not be occurred very easily. Forest, evergreen or deciduous types of forest. Extinction of natural resources. How the natural resources they are extinct? Deforestation. Cutting trees is called deforestation. Soil erosion, flush of the soil, top layer of the soil, which is very highly mineralized, which is flushed up with the help of different kinds of activities done by the humans. Constructional activities, we are cutting forests, trees and all the things for our personal constructional use. Forest trees, we are cutting forest trees to make different types of product from them. Tsunami and landslide, which is a natural calamity which affect the natural vegetation and wildlife in a very high manner. Poaching of animals, it means killing or hunting of animals. Conservation of natural resources. How to conserve them? By making national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves. How to conserve natural resources or natural vegetation? By spreading out awareness program like social forestry and Van Mahotsav. Laws on trade and poaching. Government should make some strict laws on the trade and poaching of birds and animals. International convention, it means there should be a convention between the countries so that they should have the national parks and wildlife sanctuaries in throughout the country, so that the animals and natural vegetation will be secured very easily. Okay, thank you everyone for listening the video. I think you people are very clear with this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.